one thing that really separates our museum from other learning spaces is the physical space. When kids walk in the door, I immediately see their eyes widen. There's so much to take in, and it can be a little overwhelming, but I get to explain that it's unlike other museums where you look at things. Here you get to make things, and so part of making things is using materials.
And this senses light, so the closer you put your hand, the lower the more you get. So mine, you hit the power switch and it turns on, and then there's a knob to change the pitch and a sensor that senses the light. So.
Regular glasses don't protect the sides of our eyes. Here and here, it's gonna be.
You're ready to go out? Well, yeah, you're a little heavy to take there. A little less tape.
Even though the act of learning is happening, I don't think that we're bogged down by trying to use that word and trying to tell kids that they're learning. Kids know they're figuring stuff out and know they're learning. But I think they're more interested in figuring out something new. And I think they're more activated when we use the word figure something out versus learn how to do this. So in these very open-ended experiences where kids are given a little bit of instruction to equip them with a skill, and then the freedom to really develop that skill. And it's our hope that during that time of autonomy, they find inspiration in the materials and the tools and the collaboration that's happening naturally. The kids got to have their own experience to be able to own that understanding of this tool. So that's something that we try to give them, a lot of that freedom to make mistakes, to figure things out, to collaborate, and to gain inspiration through that process. And there's also a culture here that we try to encourage where there is a multi-generational creation happening. So the act of creating isn't just isolated to something that young kids do, and that the materials and tools that are used aren't just for little kids. Obviously, these tools are not for little kids, but we try to get multi-generational making going on so that that act of making is validated, and the skills and the information that that young child knows sometimes is more than the adult. And so that kid can feel important as an important part with someone that has information that can share it with their parents or grandparents. Although they're prototyping and figuring it out and failing with their hands, they're still gaining that confidence because that's what it's about. It's about equipping these kids with this great character trait of bravery and confidence in who they are as a discovering human. I believe that this next generation of kids is going to have a lot to figure out, environmentally, socially, and then internally too. There's a lot of navigating that the kids are doing already. And having that self-confidence in the unknown is extremely important.